welcome to the Aware Show's Rising Stars program, because this is an opportunity for you to see you, basically, the rising stars of the world, people that are doing amazing things in this world, that have a bright, bright light to shine. And Denise Ann Willis is absolutely one of those. So let me ask you a question. Statistically, according to CNN poll, about 80% of people lose or forget about or don't achieve their New Year's resolutions by February. So that lasts for about 4 weeks. And it's because I feel there's no accountability partners. There's not a
Mhm.
constant reminder to say, hey, this is what is possible out there. So not only that, but this is an opportunity for us to build new. This is an opportunity for us to just create a whole new us. And that is what Denise is doing. Is she has created a program, and she is helping women all over the world create a better you. And building a new woman is the name of her program. And it comes from a deep, deep place. Comes from a place of constant and repeated loss. It comes from a place of redefining herself over and over again. And her story is incredible. Hi, Denise. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey. So, first of all, I want to just start by going into your origin story. You had repeated over and over again, finding the same relationship. And I just want to find out, where did that start from? Like, where did you begin? And how did you know you were attracting the wrong relationship?
Well, I think for sure it started with my mother. My mother was somewhat narcissistic, and everything was conditional with her. If you wanted any ounce of attention, you had to conform, you had to please her. And so I think becoming a people please, because I did want the attention, I conformed for sure.
Well, your survival. Yeah, it's a matter of survival.
So that actually just, I think I became a magnet for men that realized they could control me because I think I was putting that kind of energy out there, looking for love, looking elsewhere.
Mhm.
So I went from one abusive relationship to another, and I didn't heal, I didn't grow, I didn't know what to do. I just kept looking for love. And so I went through many bad toxic relationships and
Which I
eventually.
must say, you're not alone on. I mean, we deal with what we're dealt when we are being raised, and the programming gets passed down generationally. And it really takes a conscious event to break the programming. And that conscious event sometimes is painful,
Mhm.
but it wakes us up and gets our attention. So tell me a little bit about that event for you.
That event for me was I went to a woman's luncheon, some kind of speaker engagement, and as I was leaving, a lady approached me and said she was Martha and she was a life coach, and she handed me her card. And one day at work, I was just so frustrated, I actually called her and I was just like, "Can you help me?" And guess what? She not only helped me, she changed my life.
And so you want to pay it forward, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I cannot tell you what it's like when someone believes in you when you don't even believe in yourself,
Mm.
and taught me all kinds of skills, life skills and stuff that I didn't know. And it made me a woman that was empowered and just pretty much take on the world.
Tell me what resulted after that. So you had to do the work. You had to see what wasn't working and what was working. You had somebody believing in you, but I agree with you. That is such a key point. When someone believes in you more than you believe in yourself, it just provides that bridge to help you find your own level of self-belief. What happened after you did this journey with her and this whole experience with her?
Well, I didn't quite end. I still was looking for love, even though I had become very somewhat more empowered, definitely more confident, etc. And I was got caught up in a narcissistic relationship with a gentleman, and they definitely know how to gaslight you and love bomb you. And I got in that relationship and stayed too long. He had children and I did not, and I just loved his kids. But finally, when I was able to leave, I was broken. I
Mm.
mean, broken. I was in bed for almost 3 months. I couldn't work. I was. a mess.
Yep. It is not your fault, I wouldn't say, because gaslighting, yes, you get lied to, you get ignored, you are made to feel that you're the one that's broken, nobody else is, that you're the one that's wrong. And it is mentally like gymnastics for you to try to decipher the truth from all of the lies. And then there's a matter of survival. And then there's the heartstrings with the kids, which then it's very complicated. And you can't say it was you. It's just a matter of finding a new path. And how did you stay, how did you get out of that bed? How did you learn to go after that new path?
Well, once again, the Lord does such wonderful things. Serendipity. I picked up a local publication and there was an article in there from a therapist, and it resonated with me like unbelievable. She talked about how a mother lovingly looks into her child's, cradles it and looks into the child's eyes, and how certain synapses and dopamine and different things happen. Well, my mother never did that. My mom never had one picture where she was happy with me. So I don't, anyway, I did not develop the right, um, whatever, synopsis
Yeah,
to
it
know how to have a healthy relationship.
makes sense. And so you had to learn that from the outside in. Many of us do. And you figured it out though. You learned it through
Well,
advice of a guide. You wrote
mhm,
a whole book on it.
right.
Tell
Yes.
me about that.
Yes. The therapist that I used, she was phenomenal. She was phenomenal. She dug into all kinds of stuff, beliefs about my family. And when I tell her things, she'd go, "That's not true." And I'd be like, "What?" And that's so many people are walking around like that. Women, especially, we love our parents, we believe our parents, but then when we find out later on that some of the stuff that's ingrained in us is not really true, you end up having to, I had to grieve through it and replace it with something that was true for me.
Let me just say
So,
something about that beliefs because we think that our beliefs are true and we have evidence everywhere that the beliefs are true. I saw this one woman who's from Pakistan and she had the belief that women are inferior to men
mm,
because everywhere in her culture was evidenced of women inferior to men. Her
right,
mother told her women were inferior to men. The women that wore the hijab also had that identity. And she thought that was 100% true until she started to look into the Quran and she realized that that was never written in there. It was a cultural identity. It was adopted and repeated over and over again. But when you really asked her, is it true that women are inferior to men? When she really looked inside herself, she said no. She said no. And that was it changed her beliefs forever. So we have evidence around our lives of a divorce or of financial devastation or of loss. Sure, that would show, oh, we're failures or we're, you know, living in fear or massive survival. But is there anything that, even in all those results, is there anything that ever told you, Denise, that you yourself were a failure? Really, truly, like ask your truth.
no,
You're
no,
not.
no,
You're not, are you?
not
You're not.
it.
As a matter of fact, to the opposite, you found more about yourself and your own self-resilience than you ever knew, right?
Right.
Mm.
Yes, I fell to my knees after that last relationship and asked God, what am I doing wrong? And Spirit whispered, you're looking outside of yourself for love. And that's the whole premise of my book, Learning to Love Yourself. It's the book on loving yourself. And it's my life journey with some takeaways behind each chapter. They can just even read just those takeaways, don't even have to read the book. But so many women that have read it just have told me it just resonates with them or someone that they've known going through some toxic relationships.
Yeah. So you wrote a whole book on loving yourself, and now you have created a course to help women go through the steps that you went through. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I have actually offering a pilot program right now, a 3-week six different programs on self-love and self-care, teaching people boundaries, having them discover what their values are so they can make their decisions in alignment with their values, which
Yeah.
is, it's very enlightening when you actually put your mind and start discovering things about yourself. It's just, it makes you feel empowered because we as women just continue to give and give and give. And sometimes we don't take care of ourselves. Society sometimes makes us think it's selfish if we take care of ourselves and do things for ourselves. And the others, couple other courses are going to be self-confidence, and also something I believe in is affirmations, and that is repeating different affirmations. They're very powerful and they help repattern the brain. And yes.
Great. Great. See, I think that we do need outside help. If we are trying to get there on our own and we've got this thought process, this belief that we are not good enough or that we are failing at something, it's going to continue to create the same chemistry in our brain. If you can find somebody to introduce possibility, get a little serotonin in there and get a little
Mhm.
dopamine in there, you're going to start to come up with new ideas about yourself. It takes a guide. And I'm not only incredibly impressed by the fact that you've written a book on this, and I do also want to mention that Denise has also been a financial consultant to many women, and a lot of the problems that women have of leaving relationships is how am I going to pay for myself, my family? What happens when I leave? I won't have an income. I've been told I'll be taken care of the rest of my life, not to work, right?
Right.
And so you help women also on that level after you go through all of the boundary setting, safety, self-love tips, which is first and foremost. But you really
Right.
help people
Right.
in that, don't you?
Yes. I mean, my other courses, this is just the pilot course, but I have other courses for how to co-parent with a narcissistic
Yeah, huge,
husband.
huge, absolutely. Well, the first steps, though, are self-love and
Mhm.
boundaries and finding your own values and
Mhm.
where that self-esteem is inside of you and affirming yourself and knowing that you're loved. All of that is step one. Like, actually, that's the first six
Right.
lessons
Right.
in this course. Then you can get to the financial pieces and the co-parenting and all of these other techniques. But building the foundation is absolutely imperative.
Right.
And something that I just learned that I'm really, really impressed is that Denise is doing this pilot program for free. She is
Mhm.
offering it to women that just need help, no charge. And that's what I find just that is a huge heart offering of yours, Denise. Thank you for doing this for women. Thank you. You're paying it forward.
I am paying it forward. I want someone to feel the way I felt after my coach helped change my life. I just expanded. I was like a flower that finally blossomed. And I
Yes.
want somebody else to have that wonderful feeling because they are special and important.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the Bible says, love your neighbors yourself. Well, if you don't know how to love yourself, you really can't love your neighbor. I mean,
Right.
it
There's that
really is
piece. Love
ingrained.
your neighbor as yourself. Well, how do I love myself?
Right, right. You can't really give away something you don't have. So that self-love um, is just, it's so key.
It
And
is.
I appreciate the people that are able to have that kind of relationship with their parents where they do have that already. So yay for them, but so many of us don't.
Exactly. So reparenting yourself, learning to fall in love with yourself the way you are, accepting yourself the way you are. And it is a moment to moment thing. It's not all of a sudden you wake up out of bed and you say, I'm gonna love myself and it's over.
No.
It's a moment, it's a presence thing to be present, to be still, to accept you 100% for who you are, and to really be surrounded by the right people. And the cool thing about this course is there will be other women just like you. You will not be alone. You will be maybe a very small, intimate group of women that are just like you, that have been through everything that you've been through, and you think this is your situation, your experience. It's a lot of women's experience, and it's
Yeah,
time for it to change.
right.
And Denise is offering a way for that to happen. So her website is, you'll see it below, but it's deniseannwillis.com. And for you to just go there, there's a price that says the healing journey, join the waitlist for pilot program. And if you click join the waitlist for pilot program, it says right there, by joining the waitlist, you are able to take this course, which is valued at almost $500 for free, which I think is incredibly generous. And you can also have a conversation with Denise beforehand and just say, hey, this is my situation. Is this course right for me? And have a quick chat with Denise. And there's a way to do that on her website as well, deniseannwillis.com. And you can find out that it is possible to love yourself, to love someone else again, and really to be better than you were. And that's the whole point is love is possible, but also building a new woman. I mean, what does that mean to you?
Oh, well, let's see. You're pretty much revamping the the image that you have of yourself and the vibrational feeling that you have. It changes as we go through the courses. They're going to feel expanded. They're going to open up. And like I said, some of it's going to be blossoming, but the thing is they will feel so empowered. It's they're going to think, gee, I wish I'd have known this years ago. But it's going to open them up. And guess what? When we're open, new opportunities and different things are attracted to us. So as they have this positive image of themselves, they're going to attract a lot of positive things into their life.
Yes, 100%. You know, when you are doing the work that you were meant to do, meant you are being who God wants you to be. And that is one of my biggest prayers that I am always saying to God, please allow me to express the gifts that you've given me.
Mhm.
And don't let me waste them. Just let me express them. You've given me this gift of light or love or whatever it is. Help me express them. I'm here as service. So you are doing that. And when someone finds that level of service within themselves, they want to pay it forward.
Yep.
And not only have I seen that in you, and then you went on to write a book, and now you're teaching courses. I know that's possible for the people that you help as well.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm really, really, really proud of you. And I haven't even mentioned that Denise went through an entire cancer journey. And you are how many years cancer free?
Three years.
Congratulations. And just real quick on that note, did you ever look back and see change your thoughts and that changed your health outcome?
Well, once I got the diagnosis, I just feel like I dove in and got every spiritual
Mhm.
healing scripture out of the Bible and repeated it over and over. And when I went into surgery, I was not at all afraid, and I recovered within that same weekend. I was back to work on Monday.
Mm.
So I've been able to share that with some ladies. Yes, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Most people didn't even know I went through it because I didn't exactly mention it to everybody. But
Yeah.
no, I did it. And
Do you have a list of those that you share with people?
oh
Oh,
yeah, actually on the website, if they go into there and go to where the book is at, there's some bonuses on the book part of it, and there's some healing affirmations. Yes.
wow. It's time for you to shine, girl. You have so much to offer and so much to give people, and that is a beautiful list. And your journey has been not unusual like others have gone through, but your healing journey is. And I am so grateful that you're here to share it, to offer it as a service for free to people, to be open and willing for people to connect with you. And there's just gold stars shining on your head. Thank you for being an amazing example of a rising star, Denise. And again, go to her website, which is deniseannwillis.com, and you can just be a part of this journey. Healing is possible. You just have to start somewhere. And starting from someone who really wants to pay forward a gift that someone else gave her is the right place to start.
Right.
Highly recommend. All right. Thank you, Denise, and thank you for being the amazing bright light you are.
Thank you, Lisa.
All right. Until next time, I invite you all to stay aware.